She'll try to find a cat noise. You might hear a lot of cat noises for a second.
Leave me alone!
That's not a cat.
No, that's fucking Akira. That's Akira. That's the.
I don't think that's a cat either.
That's the one I tried to play.
That sounds
That is
like
a
a cat. See, we have other options. Interesting cat. What about this one? That's not a cat. What about this one? That's the cat.
Also not a cat.
That's the cat music from Minecraft, but that's not a cat. This one has an AI generated image of a cat. Wow, what do you know? It's not a cat. Cat? Cat.
Cat.
Cat screaming. I see.
My brain just exploded. God.
Do you want me to do that one? Is that the
I'm
one
thinking,
we're going with?
I'm thinking.
You thinking?
Maybe.
Okay. This one says cat, but it's just the Discord logo on it. It's just gonna... Huh. Not a lot of these are funny. I know they're trying to be funny. They're not. What is a Smurf cat? Yeah, I don't want to know. Nyan cat. Yeah, that one was accurate.
That is what that is.
That is what that is. Lem cat? You sound so sad. Why are there like 50 of these that are called Smurf cat? Why should I be concerned?
Just like it's been like 5 minutes of noises.
It has been 5 minutes of noises, but you said you were thinking. I got bored.
Oh, you're right. I was thinking. I'm sorry. I finished doing that and then just like.
Go!
Apologies. And that's the noise you make as you fall into the depths of the city. Welcome to the podcast. This episode's about Stray. I'm Cole. This is a bad intro. Let's keep going.
You were doing. I liked it.
Okay, well, I don't, but let's keep going anyway.
Okay, I'm Elena.
And I'm Peter.
I think this is the first time you've started with your name, Cole.
Yeah, it is.
Usually it starts with my name, but it starts with your name.
This is also like one of the only times you've done the intro.
Yeah, I've done an intro like twice before, maybe.
Yeah.
And one of them was just the fucking second four copy pasta.
Second for speech.
That without context sounds really bad.
Well, you can get the context by
If you watch the whole pod...
by watching all of our backlog. Correct me if I'm wrong, but technically the point of this episode is asking, like, why Stray faded so quickly. Yeah, that was the topic sheet. Neat.
Yeah, because like Stray was everywhere for
a little bit,
like 2 weeks, I think.
I do remember seeing it a lot, and for some reason,
and then I didn't see it anywhere after that.
Yeah. I saw it all over the place, and then for some reason I just never got into it. And then it was just gone, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. That does give me a very easy starting point here, which is like, what do you guys remember from the marketing of Stray? What was
mostly just that it was like really like, first of all, it was an indie game with extremely good like animation models, all that
are true things.
Mm-hmm. I just remember it was a game centered around you being a cat and running around as a cat.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. In all honesty, because there are two things that I kind of pin for why it faded out so fast. And that is, A, the marketing did not really tell you what was in the package. Because you do play as a cat, and the cat's very cute, and the animations and models are all very good. these are all true things. But within the game is a very existentialist story about the nature of humanity.
Oh boy.
Classic indie development.
Classic indie devs doing art, exploring the human condition.
AAA games, it's a basic story and it sure does have a lot of bugs. Indie games, this is a well-oiled machine, and also I'm extremely depressed, and in this 5-page essay
Allow me to tell you about the numerous flaws of human society and how they will perpetuate themselves long after we're all dead. That's sort of what Stray is.
Oh boy.
Except you play as a cat.
Yay!
So that's, I think, a part of it, but I think the second part is part of a significantly broader issue where, just generally speaking these days, there's a lot of, like, flash-in-the-pan fandoms that form really fast and die really fast.
Stray was a particularly bright flash,
Yeah.
which is why it my attention, which is why I thought of this episode idea.
It's like Thermite.
Yeah, like Thermite.
I love Thermite.
I know you do.
It goes on sparklers. It does, it's true. Anyway, existential crisis or something?
Yeah, existential nightmare that is this cute game where you play as a cat.
Crisis, existential nightmare, existential journey, existential adventure,
Existential cat.
I can't believe you guys are reading the works of Nietzsche out loud to me right now.
Yeah, those are all official titles as well.
Yeah, here, let me just just pull out all my
Personally,
Nietzsche
Existential
books that I
Cat is
totally
my
have.
Yeah, Existential Cat's my favorite Nietzsche work. It's the one where he just draws like a picture of a cat, but it's like its eyes are kind of unsettling.
He draws a picture of Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a general philosophy book in my house, but I don't know if it has Nietzsche in it.
It might have Nietzsche in it.
Might have Nietzsche in it. Maybe. It's a really big book. I'm not gonna check. Anyway, Cat?
Cat.
What's happening with Cat?
You play as a little friendly feline who does not have a name, because there is no human around to name it. You start the game of Stray. You're this little orange cat in this little cat colony. There's 4 cats, including you. And y'all are living your little cat lives. You play with the other cats for like a little bit. There's a little sequence where you interact with them, and y'all go to sleep. Wake up the next day. It's another day in your dumb cat life. A title card drops that is there's like inside the wall. This is chapter 1 of 12.
I thought you said this was a short game.
It's a very short game. I think another reason why this game got a lot of news on it was not just because the dev studio was very open about how they did a lot of their work in terms of like building and modeling the cats, particularly the cats, but also I think this was one of the very first games that was made with Annapurna Interactive, which Annapurna Interactive is a part of Annapurna Studios. I forget the exact thing behind it. Essentially, there's someone with a lot of money made this studio, and their whole deal is just trying to find indie artists and giving them a bunch of money to do the things they're trying to do. It's like the sponsors of ye olde days.
Hey, Sport, you have some fine carving skills there.
Come live in my mansion and paint me.
I'm living my mansion.
And Annapurna Studios, I think, mostly does that for movies. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once was done with Annapurna Studios money. And Annapurna Interactive is doing that for video games. So Annapurna Interactive worked with the studio behind Stray to make Stray, to help them make Stray, to give them the money that they needed to do the game in the first place. Or at least to do it easier. They were already working on Stray before they got picked up by Annapurna, I think. And it's not like Annapurna is buying the studio, right? The way that...
More just endorsing them.
More so just endorsing them and working as a publisher, yeah.
Endorsing and sponsoring, I guess, is the...
Come live in my mansion and make video games.
Come live in my mansion and make video games. Andrew Hussey to Toby Fox in the development cycle of Undertale. So that's I think a part of it as well. Is like I think this was if not the first, one of the first that Annapurna Interactive worked with to develop. So I think that probably put a few headlines up there as well. You go around, you live your little cat life. You're in the inside of a giant wall. You're walking around on like pipes and beams and things. And it's going about the little world. This is where you learn platforming. The game's technically main mechanic is jumping from place to place.
It's a platformer?
Sorta.
The existential crisis was a platformer the whole time?
Well, yeah, some people, you see, are bad at platformers and can't jump to save their lives. You know, in a video game. Not being able to jump to save your life outside of a video game is, I think, way more normal for most people.
You'd be surprised what adrenaline can do. But I kind of agree, yeah.
I think the platforming in this game is a little rough at times. The way that it works is you move the camera to look in a direction, you know, the things you do with cameras. In case
you use the camera to be a camera.
And you point it at a place, and if it's within the range of your jump, a little icon comes up that is like the jump button on the ledge that you can jump to, and you hit that and you jump there. So it's a little like it's not super good. And if you want to chain multiple jumps together, you can hold the button down. It's passable, but it's like automatic platforming almost to an extent, where it's like, I think it's like the way Assassin's Creed does it, where you just like are moving.
Well, I'm completely lost.
Or the way that Shadow of Mordor did it, where except you gotta hold the button.
I'm even more lost.
You gotta explain it in Halo terms for Romeo.
Halo doesn't have a mechanic like this.
This is a foreign concept, never before seen in video games.
Future! Future!
It's not as if the game plays itself. You still need to see the path forwards to like hit the button to jump there, but
yeah,
the fact that the cat just does the jump automatically and you don't really have to like do the jump kind of takes like the platformingness out of the platforming. So
is it kind of like those segments in Sonic games where it's like there's 3 rails and you have to jump between them?
No.
Just to hit it, like you have to... No? Nothing like that? Well, then I'm lost. Continue!
If it were, I might have thought of that because I know that you at least have seen people play Sonic games.
I made the unfortunate purchase of Sonic Forces, and I regret it since. Anyway, cats.
Cats. You're navigating the inner wall of this, wherever you are. You're jumping around, doing cat stuff. The other cats in your little clouder make a jump across a pipe, and as you land your jump, the pipe breaks, and you start falling, and you fall down into a hole, and you fall for a long time. And then you get up, and the game really begins.
Oh shit!
You're a little cat in the depths of a dead city. Literally called Dead City, but I added 2 other deads for emphasis.
Dead city.
Dead city.
Dead city. in
Dead
fact.
city.
You gave her a stroke.
Density.
Good job.
Density.
You do a little walking around. Your leg's kind of fucked up, but it heals, I guess, eventually. After you take a little nap at the bottom of this concrete fucking channel you're in. A little like garage door opens. You see some weird little crab things scuttle in there, and you go in after them. And where you enter the Dead City level. This is chapter 2 of 12. You going through this area, it's worth noting the entirety of the gameplay of this game, for the most part, is navigation, and that's it. You basically are like looking around for a path forwards. There's a few little puzzles here or there where like you go, like there's like a barrel that's turned over on its side, and you go like inside the barrel and you roll it over somewhere to make a jump somewhere. But for the most part, it's just like you look for the path ahead, and then you jump there, and you go there. I don't think the gameplay is terribly engaging. Like it's still fun, it's still a good time, but it wasn't like
It's honestly, it sounds like more of a tech demo than anything.
I wouldn't call it that necessarily.
I mean, like
a tech demo would be like worse.
true. Yeah, true.
Is it a tech demo? No, why? Because it's not bad.
It's not bad. Tech demos are almost always like pretty bad. They're fully just for the point of like getting the mechanics across. So everything else looks like dog shit. This is like I've not been touching on it very much because I figured this was one of the other things about the game that's so well known. But the environment is gorgeous. It looks incredible.
I can't believe that cat is 1 polygon.
I can't believe that cat is 1 whole polygon. It's just a cube.
That's a really good polygon if it looks like that.
Yeah, see, AAA doesn't want you to know this because it means that they can have to make their games less than 200 gigabytes, but you actually don't need more than like 3 polygons at any given time.
Yeah, it's called imagination.
I can't believe they put the Cybertruck in my video game. No, that's just 3 polygons.
In fact, you don't even need any polygons. You don't even need any visuals. You can just put letters on a screen and have them represent, individual things.
It's
This post was made by traditional roguelike gang.
At that point, you may as well just lie down, close your eyes, and imagine.
You ever heard of a book?
No, I don't read.
Best video game. No, that's my job. How dare you?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but of the 3 of us, I think I'm the only one who reads for fun still.
I read like webcomics, but I don't
I did quite a lot of reading when my when my computer was unavailable.
Fair.
I also do even more reading when the power goes out. Yeah.
I did a lot of reading when the school told me to, and then once it stopped, I stopped abruptly. I listened to Distractable.
That's not a book.
No, it's not.
Also, not reading.
You're right.
Right again, you're on fire with these.
Speaking of fire, parts of the city down here are burning.
But why?
There's like occasional trash fires.
Uh,
Um,
thought maybe it was
but
like
yeah,
that
like
one town.
the bulk of the gameplay is like you find the path forwards and you do some jumps across it. It's not like the gameplay itself is not the most engaging thing. I think the engaging thing about Stray is the ambiance and the environment. It's all very well communicated. There's a deep sense of dread as you're exploring the dead city, and you find more of those weird little crab things. They make these weird little squeak noises when they notice you, and they scurry away. There's a pretty palpable sense of like something's fucked up down here.
Something's fishy. Which
Yeah,
is
there's no
great,
fish.
because I'm a
Get it,
cat. The silence.
The silence.
It's all encompassing.
Uh, y- as you go through the dead city, you find partway through a robot that is mostly shaped like a person. It's got arms and legs and a torso, and it's got like a TV head. It's seemingly being like fed on by those weird little crab things. They run away again as you approach, and the robot like reaches a hand out to you as it's dying, seemingly, and it, our cat, being a cat, like, what the fuck is that? Approaches it curiously, baps it on the face, and turns the robot off.
No!
That's right. This fucker has a death count, a kill count.
Oh no,
Of one.
Kidney, no.
Kabitti's got a kill count.
Kabitty.
Kabitty.
Kabitty, that's his name now. Kabitty.
Kabitty continues forwards after this point. You said it's its name now.
I know. It's still funny.
Continues forwards after this. It's, at this point in the city, you, the player, probably will notice the fact that several lights in this area are flickering and seemingly leading you places. And there's this big old sign where it's like, it activates like 4 of the neon letters in it to read out "Help."
No.
The lights continue to flicker on to lead you deeper into the city, and at some point, you fall into this little alleyway, and several of these weird crabs come out, and they start chasing you. And so you run! You run for your dumb little cat life.
Eat the crabs.
Unfortunately, the crabs eat you because they jump on your back and they start sucking the blood out of you.
Vampire crabs.
They have... Okay, they're more like... I guess the easiest comparison, unfortunately, is the head crabs from Half-Life. They have one single big eye and like a mouth on the bottom of them, and they jump onto you and they latch on and they have like a lamprey mouth and they start eating you.
Owie.
Yeah, it hurts. You can shake them off though. You can't take a lot of damage, being as you are a cat.
Infinite. I have 9 lives, thank you.
And it's one of the achievements for dying 9 times. It's called 9 lives.
If you die more than 9 times, the game just fucking
The game
closes.
deletes itself off your computer.
You can't download it again.
It doesn't refund itself either. They keep your money.
Funny.
Uh, Getting down to the city where the lights are leading you after you escape all those crabs, and you find this little apartment. It's a flat because the people who made this game aren't American.
Not American. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Continue. I don't know why I stopped there.
The Within this apartment, you this is chapter 3, by the way. Getting to the apartment's the third chapter. You walk around a little bit, find a keyboard, jump on it. A message displays asking for help. Of course, Cat can't read this, but thankfully, Cat's a video game protagonist, and you presumably can read, seeing as you've managed to purchase, download, and start playing the game.
He's just sitting there and you're reading it, but like the cat in his head is just like, why am I sitting here? Why am I staring at this? What is happening?
What am I doing?
I don't know what this says.
You continue forward. You get into a little room. Do some more like little puzzles involving some levers. Explore the room a little bit. Find like 4 batteries. Plug them in. Again, the cat would not be smart enough to do this, but thankfully it's being controlled by like a person, so it's fine. Like it's an acceptable break from reality where it's like these are video game mechanics.
Oh my god, I'm playing a video game. That's unrealistic.
Everyone knows video games aren't real.
Yeah.
You activate a little drone that downloads whatever was going on into it, and this little guy activates, smaller than a cat, maybe only as big as the cat's head. This little flying drone pal. His name is B12. And he describes himself as being the assistant of a scientist that once lived in this building, and he was trapped within the electric circuitry of this area of the city for he doesn't even know how long. Thanks you for helping him out. Is like, okay, great. Now we gotta, I don't know, find out what's going on. As he puts a little harness on your cat, the cat behaves very much the way that a cat does when you put a harness on it, which is moving with its belly very low to the ground and just flopping over at random times. It does eventually get used to it, though, and begins moving around at the usual pace again, because going through the whole game like that would be kind of a nightmare. You exit the apartment, and you find a little postcard that depicts the outside of the city. A place with a blue sky and grass and shit. Your B12 looks at this and has a memory returned to him. He also realizes that he doesn't remember anything. His memory returned to him about the outside and how he was trying to get outside for some reason. It's like, well, let's explore more of the city and find out what's up. See if there is a way outside, even. You navigate your way to a part of the city. You get to chapter 4, the slums. Within chapter 4, you encounter another robot guy who sees you, panics, and hits an alarm button. And then you run through the city you run through the slums of the city as the alarms are blaring. And you find that like every robot that sees you runs away from you immediately and like locks security doors behind them. And you get to the center part of this part of the city, and this guy, they're all robots. He's wearing like a monk robe and like a conical hat. and he wields a staff at you, and it's like, hang on a minute. You're not one of those little crab things, you're something else. I've never seen something like you before. But you're not one of those, so you're fine. B12 does learn how to translate their words into language that at least he can understand, and I guess that the cat can understand, maybe. Again, video game mechanics.
Yes, don't worry, cat, I can translate for you. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow.
Don't worry, cat, I can translate for you. Meow. Meow. Modem noises.
Dial-up cat noises.
What would that even be?
I don't know. I really don't.
Insert
I think it's just
long cat scream again.
long cat scream again. Cat scream parentheses long. This guy is the guardian. He's the guardian of the city. You learn that those little crab guys are called Zerks. You show him the postcard of the outside, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're looking for those weirdos, the outsiders. They were trying to get out of the city a while ago. Like, there used to be 4 of them, but 3 of them left. One of them still lives here. His name is Momo. He lives up in that building. This is the first explore part of the game. You have access to the complete area of the slums. There are collectibles to find, and the people to interact with. People, robots. They're people, I guess, but they're not human. I don't want to have that misconception out there and let you think there's a single living human in this game. There's not.
Yay.
No, we're all dead. And the slums are honestly one of the first points in the game that you're really encouraged to look up and around at stuff, because there's a whole bunch of this is where these exploratory sections are where I think the platforming is actually decent, because it is still just finding a path upwards. I mean, you can dissolve so many platformers into just find the path upwards, but there are many different paths upwards. Some are faster, some are shorter, some are long and kind of funny. Some involve little hidden areas that you can get to. It's pretty neat. There's so many collectibles to get in this area. There's so many. There's 8 music sheets that you can find that you can give to a robot musician so that he can learn to play the guitar. There's there's several memories. B12 has 5 story related memory moments, and 20, I think it was, non-story related memory moments that you just find stuff in the world and it causes him to have a memory. And that's getting to the slums here has 7 of them. So there's a lot of stuff to interact with all of a sudden.
I was in this area for 2 hours.
I was there for an hour at least. But if you're just following the plot along, then you jump up all those buildings, you go all the way up to Momo, and you talk to him, and you show him the picture of the outside, and he's like, "The outside, huh? Yeah, I gave up on that. My friends left a few years ago, and I've never heard from them again. I think they're all dead. So, I'll see you. But I guess, if it'll help you out, here's my old notebook about the outsiders. Just have it, I guess. Maybe it'll help you, I don't know." And this is the part where I noticed something for the very first time, as I was exiting Momo's apartment that he lives in, and looking up, I realized, oh yeah, more so remembered, oh yeah, The city's underground.
Huh.
Looking up at the sky, quote unquote, in the city, it's just darkness and the occasional like blinking light up there. They are distinctly not like stars or anything. They are just like they're very clearly like big lights, shining down into the city. So this whole place is like sealed off under the dirt for some reason or another. Continue to explore the area. Getting all the little memories for B12 in this area gives you some nice like lore stuff. Where you learn that like seemingly these robots referred to as companions have managed to like essentially like grow and change over time since the death of humanity, including like the ability to taste, because they have like food around. There are plants around that have been like genetically engineered to not need sunlight. There's one particular spot that you can find in here where B12 will talk about how the companion droids just started as droids, but then he supposes after the death of humanity they like inherited a piece of them and carry on their carry on humanity's like cultures and ideas, even though humanity is now long gone. And this kind of becomes the focal point of the game from then on, is the fact that like there are no more humans, there's just all these robots. But the robots themselves, like humans, they enjoy thinking about them. It's kind of like a weird, almost nostalgic thing for them. They like learning about humanity. They try to replicate various aspects of human identity in various ways, mostly through like adopting clothes and various cultural symbols and all these things. They don't quite know why they existed. Like there's one robot who like tends to a bunch of plants because he knows that it's something that the humans in this area did when there were still some, but he doesn't know why they did that or what for. He just does it because he wants to, and it has like it's like a piece of the past that he likes to carry with him. This continues to be the main focus of the game from this point onwards, which is, I think, way more interesting than just fucking around being a cat. Personally,
No, just fuck around and be a cat.
I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but I know I've said it to both of you before, where it's like brief diatribe. I've probably have said this on the podcast. I did have a bit where I talked about Skyrim for a while. Where it's like, I do not like a game where the whole point is just to fuck around. It doesn't appeal to me whatsoever, right? So it's like the thing that I hate about like high level Skyrim gameplay is fully just like so much of people's enjoyment I've seen that they get from it is just go into a town and cause havoc and just like kill everybody in there because you can, I guess. And it's just like doing stuff just because in a game has never really been a point of enjoyment for me. So a game where the point is that you are just being a cat fucking around wouldn't pull me in that much. But a game where you are a cat and there's this narrative about how the things that humanity leave behind inherit aspects of humanity, positive and negative, is really so much more interesting. Within the slums, you're seeing much of the positive aspects of humanity. The desire for community, the want to take care of things, take care of each other, help out, do things for other people. The people in the slums don't like understand the outsiders. They don't get why you would want to leave the city. Sure, there may be the Zerks around, but like they're robots. They don't need like food or water or anything that you would get from outside of the city to continue living. Most of them are satisfied the way life is. But the outsiders want to pursue that mystery. They want to see what the world is like outside, if it even exists. Because none of the people in this city actually think that the outside is real. You show most of them the postcard, and they look at it, and they're like, oh, blue sky, huh? That sounds like a nice dream. Or like, oh, the outside, huh? Yeah, I've heard of that myth before. But like in the start of the
The
game...
outside, I don't know you were superstitious.
Yeah, exactly. But like at the start of the game, you are outside of the city, so it's clearly real. And B12 even talks about this at one point, being like, I thought the outside was uninhabitable, but if you came in here from out there, that must mean that things have changed since then. So you find Momo, he's sad, he gives you his notebook, and B12 is like, hey, there's a symbol on that building over there. That's the same symbol that's on Momo's notebook. What if that's where the other outsiders lived before they left? You go to their 3 different apartments, you collect the rest of their notebooks, you show them all to Momo to try and reinvigorate him. The other outsiders are Doc, Clementine, and Zabaltzar.
Oh, we've got Doc, Clementine, Zabaltzar.
Zabaltzar! Not Balthazar. No, Zabaltzar. You bring them all to Momo, and he goes through them all, and he finds in Doc's notebook a note about how to fix the receiver that they built. They built a receiver to try and communicate with other places within the city, because the long-range communication is not working. But they built a receiver to try and communicate with other parts of the city, and it worked for like a moment, and they thought they received a signal from a place called Midtown, and that's supposedly where the other outsiders went, and Momo stayed behind. But the receiver hasn't been working since. It contains but the notes contains the ability to fix the receiver. And so he gets started fixing the receiver. Yes, very yes. Momo fixes the receiver, and he hands it to you, and it's like, okay, buddy, you're the only one I know that is small and fast enough to not get eaten alive out there. So, I'm sending you to the most Zerk-infested place in the city to put this at the very top of a tower in there, and hopefully you come back alive.
I am a cat.
Meow.
It's just like, that's the spirit. I am a cat.
Forgot one of this game's most fun features. The dedicated meow button.
I do remember that being advertised as well.
You can, at any point in the game, hit the meow button to meow. And you can even do this during cutscenes.
Funny.
There's an achievement for meowing over 100 times over the course of the game.
You spam the button.
And you can't do it that fast. You have to wait for the first meow to end to do a second one.
Someone should put a mod in that game where it just removes the timer.
Cooldown disabled.
Excuse me. Meow cooldown disabled. You go to that part of the city. It's this big skyscraper that's under construction. This was actually one of my favorite platforming areas because it introduces a new mechanic with it, where there are these beams that you jump on. They're it's like a swivel joint, and so it moves. When you jump onto the beam starts to move a bit, and you have to jump on it like a different angle to get it to move again, so you can jump to the next point. The game's not hard by any stretch of the means. It's not hard platforming wise, and it's not hard puzzle wise, because there are some of these like little puzzles and stuff. It's very clear to me that the bulk of the focus went on to the modeling and the fidelity of the game and the environment itself, and designing all of these other aspects. I do think one thing that Stray could have absolutely benefited from was a stronger core gameplay loop. Because although all the running around is like a bit fun, it's a bit engaging, and there are these like little evade puzzles in this area where you see a crowd of Zerks and you have to like navigate around them as they chase you. It's still nothing that's like too complex. Most of the puzzles are pretty simple. There's a few. There's one in the like close to the end of the game that fucked me over for so long. But that's because I was stupid. That's my fault. We'll get there. Oh yeah, this is chapter 5, by the way. Now going to the skyscraper is chapter 5.
By the way,
I forgot to mention. Like I said, this is all compressed in my head, like a zip file. So
it sounded more like a zip bomb at this rate.
Going to the skyscraper is pretty. Like it's pretty fun. I think it's kind of foreboding because you see in this area especially where there's a lot of Zerks, there's a lot of Zerk eggs, and where there are a lot of Zerk eggs, there's this fucking mystery goo slime. It looks like flesh, just attached to the skyscraper at various points in time. It's really gross.
The Unum.
You know, it is kind of like the inside of the Unum for people who have played Warframe up to that point. All 9 subscribers. You go all up the skyscraper, getting up to the very tippy top of it. If you're collecting the memories in this area, of which there are only 2, well, there's 3 technically, but one of them's story content and can't be missed. So there's 2 collectible memories. That's where you find something that's really important, I think. B12 remembers that the Zerk were originally not weird little crab things. The Zerk were initially a bacteria that was developed by some of the scientists in the city back when there were still humans around. Because there was this giant problem where the people in Midtown were just dumping all of their trash into the slums, supposedly with the purpose of that trash being recycled, but it just sits there forever. And so some people tried to develop a bacteria that would just eat all of the trash. This, over the course of God only knows how many years, is probably the thing that has mutated into the Zerk, who can now not eat just trash, but anything. It doesn't matter if it's alive or dead or made of like fucking carbon nanofibers or whatever. They can eat it. They can eat anything.
Yeah. Oh.
And they're propagating through this weird fucking goo.
The propagation goo?
Propagation goo. It's where they put their eggs, so I have to imagine that they like turn into the goo towards the end of their lifespan. Because if they're based on bacteria, then I imagine they turn into the goo towards the end of their life, and then that goo does cellular division and becomes the like quote unquote Zerk eggs that eventually burst into like a collect. Each Zerk egg contains like easily like 7 entire Zerks. So
Dang.
So it takes 3.5 dead Zerks to make a baby.
I guess. I don't know.
That's exactly how cellular division works.
But yeah, but I don't know if they like are. It's weird science fiction, like, theoretical evolution bullshit. Like, I don't know if it works according to the laws of science as we understand them. I mean, you're playing as a cat that can seemingly understand English.
You say that like regular cats can't.
I think regular cats recognize like several words in the language that they're spoken to in the most, but not like full sentence structures. And
It is also the future where cats have potentially evolved.
this cat looks and behaves the exact same as any other cat in the real world right now. You get to the very top, you put the transceiver up there, and this is where, as you're looking at the ceiling of the city, B12 remembers that his whole existence is dedicated to finding a way out of the city. And then opening the city itself. Not just getting out, but opening the entire city so that everyone can leave if they want to. And then you return to the slums. There's a question here in terms of like, because the way you return to the slums is you jump into a little bucket that's connected to a pulley system. Who the fuck set that up? How did that get there? Who knows? Video game. After you return to the slums, you go through the window back into Momo's apartment. He's left a little note for you that says like, "Hey, I'm at the bar. Here's the code for the window, so you can get back out into the slums itself." I hope your transceiver thing worked. Anyway, maybe at the bar we'll like share we'll share a drink together.
Hey,
Doesn't-
cat.
That,
You want
that
some liquor?
it does not include the share a drink together. But how funny would it be if you could
great
get
there,
this
cat.
cat drunk off its ass?
You did great there, cat. Here you go. Have some scotch.
Have some whiskey on the rocks.
Have some hard
just like-
vodka.
It's just like oil in a glass.
It's just like rubbing alcohol.
It's rubbing alcohol. There's like a few screws in there.
Yeah. On the screws. The metal keeps it cold.
The metal keeps it cold. It'll sharpen your teeth.
It's exclusively healthy for you.
Exclusively healthy for you.
You get down to the bar. The transceiver works to receive a signal from one of the other outsiders. It's Zabaltzar. He's trying to tell you where he is. He's saying a bunch of stuff. Not a lot of it's coming through, but eventually you do understand that you have to pass through the sewers. And it's like, well, that sucks, because the sewers are even more Zerk infested than the city is. So going through there is like currently a no-go. However, Momo tells you that he was looking through Doc's notes again, and he found that he was developing some kind of weapon to kill Zerks, and that he developed it and went out to test it, and he never came back, so he might be dead, but he does have a son within this city, within the slums. How does a robot guy have a son? How do they reproduce? Do they make more of themselves? These questions aren't ever answered. They're not important.
Is it just robomitosis? It's made of like
Robotosis.
nanobots? And the nanobots
What do you
make...
mean? They just make a subfolder.
They make a zip file.
And then they upload it into a new frame. No.
Is it just like that? Is it just like that? What's that movie? The movie with all the robots?
Robots.
Robots. Yeah,
robots.
and it's the movie starts with the parents assembling the main character. Yeah. From a box.
Now that begs the question: Is it legal to sell people in that world?
You buy like 50 baby kits and then sell them for a higher price.
What if you bought 50 baby kits and then you mixed and matched the pieces?
Oh,
To create the ultimate baby.
Put all the pieces together to create the Omega baby.
look at the little baby. Now look at the big baby.
Wow. That's a nightmare question that this game does not address, because that's never brought up.
Also, not really. Also, not really even part of the game in the first place.
No, that's a part of Robots 2007?
Yes.
Let me
Something
check.
like that. Robots, some early 2000s.
2005.
2005.
Damn. Close but no cigar.
You know what? I'm glad you have no cigar. Those are bad for you.
I'm still older than it, but not by much.
Same.
So you go find Doc's son, Elliot, and Elliot is like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with the outsiders since my dad went and like got himself killed or whatever. And then it's like, well, you see, you hand him a part of Doc's journal. It's like, what? Oh my god, it says in here that there's a secret lab in our apartment. What the fuck?
Oh my god, what? It says in here that you're a fucking cat. How'd you get this? No, not a single person is questioning, like, how are you
None of them know what a cat
comprehending?
is.
I guess that's fair.
They see like a small little quadruped and they're like, ah, hello, little animal.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, since you're working with Momo, the people in the slums call you Little Outsider. You do a little puzzle, and this was a puzzle I actually quite liked. You find written down on the wall a thing that says check the time after you find like a little keypad. And it's like, oh, I don't remember that keypad being there. It's like you find a note somewhere that says check the time, and there are 3 clocks on the wall.
Oh boy!
So you put the clock numbers in to get the time. It's not like the most ingenious puzzle in the world, but it's nice. It's good. Good puzzle.
I am not drunk. Tell me what time it is. I am not drunk.
You get in there and you look around for whatever it was that Doc was trying to use to try and you kill the fucking Zerks. My brain put in like every other consonant other than Z first.
Gurks, Yerks, Merks.
Yeah, went through the whole
Merks,
alphabet,
Perks,
excluding vowels.
Lurks, Irks, Kirks.
Not including those. You could have gotten ear.
Irks. Yerks.
No, Yerks are the villains of the Animorphs series. We're not. Maybe I should do an Animorphs
No.
episode.
Well,
No, we should not.
well, that was immediately rejected by Peter.
Why not?
Oh.
I see you're splitting hairs again.
Gotta split them hairs.
You find within this place a little tracker that Elliot and Doc used to use to try and keep in contact with each other. And Elliot's like, well, maybe if we can reverse this, we can find out where Doc is and if he's still alive. I think technically the Return to the Slums is chapter 6, by the way, so we've been in there for a little bit. it's Slums Part 2.
Slums Part 2.
The gives you the tracker. The tracker's broken. Can you go find someone to fix it? So you go to a place. You get into this guy's like programming place. Go talk to him. He's like, I'd love to fix that thing. That's a really neat thing you have there. But like, as you can see, I'm shivering. I need something warm. And it's like, I didn't know you could detect temperature. And it's like, I think there's just something wrong with me. So you have to go find a little soda can to trade to this guy who will give you some electric cable, and then you can go give the electric cable to the grandma. She just calls herself Grandma. That's her name.
Don't wear it out.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Name.
It's me, Grandmother.
Whose grandma? Yours.
Yours. Everyone's grandmother.
But I'm a cat. Yup.
Yep.
Hello, little ladybug. I'm your grandma.
You do that little trading quest. You get the electrical cables. Grandma makes a poncho out of it. You bring it back to the programmer, and the programmer puts the poncho on. It's like, wow, I've stopped shivering now. I've fixed your transceiver, your fucking locator, your tracker, whatever. Take this. I take that back to Elliot, and he reverses it to find where Doc is. He's like, oh wow, he went out the safety door? He might still be alive. It's at least worth checking if he's there, right? I want to see my dad again. So Elliot takes you out there, and as Elliot's about to like also go out the door, he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I changed my mind. I can't do this. I'll die. But you can go on ahead. I have faith in you, little outsider. Here, take this little pin. He puts the pin on your little harness.
Now straight through the skin.
Here, I'll tie this to your whiskers.
Do you know what an ear piercing is? I'm about to give you.
You go then through this little area. I forget what the name of this chapter is, but it's chapter 7.
What happened to 6?
The 6 was Slums Part 2. Yeah, chapter 6, Part 2.
What?
Slums.
What? Huh? What?
Don't worry, I've read Homestuck. This naming convention makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Just because it makes sense to you does not mean it's sensible.
There's a part of your sense that you lose permanently when you read that. I'll never get it back. A moment of silence for a part of me.
That's rough, buddy.
My first girlfriend turned into the moon.
That's rough, buddy.
You do find Doc alive in this segment. It's a pretty short chapter, all things considered. You find Doc alive pretty quickly. And he's like, yeah, I did develop this light that can kill Zerks. The Zerks seem sensitive to light already, and then this is like an ultraviolet light that hurts them super bad. The thing is, though, it requires a lot of power, and I can't refuel it without putting a lot of juice in it. And the only thing that can do that is the generator outside, which I can't get to because there are Zerks out there, and I'm too slow. They'll eat me. So here, take this battery. And go plug it in, okay? Have fun, buddy. You plug the battery in, the generator turns on. It makes a lot of noise. This is also a segment in the game that I really like, because Doc gets out on the balcony once the I forget what the name of that flashlight is. I'm just gonna call it the Flux Light because that's a cool name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, we are running later than usual.
Yeah.
It's a really cool segment where you have to navigate back into Doc's apartment while there's a bunch of Zerks around, and he's like standing on the balcony aiming the light at Zerks that are running around. So like, he clears a path for you as best as he can, and you gotta run past it before it closes again. You guys do manage to navigate your way out. Doc puts the light on B12 so that it's a little more portable, but it takes a lot of power, so B12 can't use it for very long without it like burning out for a little bit, without it overheating. So you now have a weapon to kill the Zerks with, which means once you get Doc out of here, you can navigate to the sewers and get Doc out of there. You do. He and Elliot reunite. At this point, B12 remembers, like essentially having a family of sorts and thinking like, did I have this kind of relationship with people at any point in time? I don't know. I don't remember. You go with Momo into the sewers. And then you leave Momo behind in the sewers.
You're just like, oh man, Mama, we're having such a fun adventure together. Momo. Gone.
There's a door that can only be opened manually, and he has to hold the chain open. The pull chain has to hold it down so that you can go through. And he's like, don't worry about me, I'll find another way around. I'm sure we'll see each other again. You don't see him again. I don't remember if he's shown in the end credits or not. He might be dead. Navigating through the sewers is a weird, bad, fucked up time because there are so many Zerks around, man, and the whole place is filled with flesh. It's disgusting. You get to a point in the sewers, you turn like a corner, and there's just like this wall full of flesh, and you see these horrifying big fucking eyes all staring at you from within the wall. And as you get close, they contract and they stare at you, and suddenly Zerks start pouring down from the ceiling. It's a bad time. The sewers are just full of these fuckers. A lot of it is trying to navigate around the eggs. The eggs they pulse when you get too close to them, so if you move too close to them or if you move too quick around them, they burst open and like fucking 10 Zerks come out of them all around you. So it's best to not do that, but you also have to run away from the ones that are already chasing you. So it's a bit hectic at times. It does a really good job conveying like I said, I think this game nails like tone and ambiance. So it's very stressful in here. And you get through that area. Eventually, it took me a few tries. Mostly, I didn't. This was the first time I died in the whole game, and also, it just took me a while because I was being kind of too careful about it. Because if you're slow and careful, you can just kill every Zerk very slowly as you progress through the area. There are some parts where that's just not possible. Like there's another chase segment towards the end of it, but
they're falling from the ceiling, and it's just like, what are we gonna do? And they're just like, don't worry, I'll bap them all to death. One bap at a time.
You do navigate through the sewers. You find this horrible fucking room towards the end of it that is just filled with those gazing eyes all staring at you. And B12 is like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Is this like what the Zerks are now? Are they all from this? What is this thing even? How deep in the city does this thing go? This is not explored really much further past this point because you don't really see Zerks for the rest of the game, honestly. They're mostly in the lower part of the city, which is the slums and the sewers, and after this point, you're in Midtown. Because after you exit the sewers, the magic flashlight breaks at this point as well, so you no longer have a weapon against the Zergs, which is fine and doesn't matter because there's no more Zergs after this point anyway. You make it to a little village right below Midtown. This is where Zabaltzar is, and he talks to you and is like, "Yeah, okay. That's very cool that you're like trying to get outside. I gave up on trying to get outside. I've established a very nice community here. I think it's called like Ant Village or something. Which oh yeah, by the way, obviously the sewers were chapter 8 and Ant Village is chapter 9.
It seems to be
I keep forgetting.
an issue.
It's my problem. There's a big text thing that shows up at the start of every chapter that shows you the name of the chapter. Like big like title font shows up, but like compressed zip file in my brain redacted all that information. Ant Tree is very nice. Ant Tree, Ant Village. Whatever. It's a cool place. It's built around this giant, big, water tank, in the center of the area, but it has a giant tree growing through it. So they've built this, really nice tiered town. It's just very cool to look at and navigate. It's nice. It's a quaint place. And as you enter it as well, B12 remembers something that terrifies him into silence for a while. He remembers that he used to be human.
Oh.
'Cause as you enter Ant Village, there's a little capsule. B12 looks at it and is like, yeah, I remember this. My human used this to try and survive the calamity that was happening to humans, and he used it as a last-ditch effort to digitize his consciousness, and then he was stuck in the circuit. Wait a minute, I'm him.
Oh,
I'm the guy.
I am him. Him is me.
Me is him.
Me is him.
Me is him. Him is me.
So he freaks out about this, and eventually is like, okay, I've decided. If I'm the last human, I guess, alive, last human consciousness left, then I'm gonna live, and I'm gonna get the outside, I'm gonna finish the thing that I'm doing, and I'm gonna live on with the last memories of humanity. And so, that you leave Ant Village, as Zabaltzar gives you a picture of Clementine to try and find her in Midtown. It has her apartment number on the back as well, so you can try and more accurately figure out where she is. As you enter Midtown, though, you see something that you've not seen in the entire game so far. A subway!
Huh.
Like the sandwich place?
No! What? No!
Can I get a $5 footlong?
No, get out! This is a train, guys! Come on, that's way cooler!
A train with subs in it. Sub sandwiches. In Subway.
I'm leaving.
No, you're not.
No, yeah, you can't leave. You're the only one who.
You kind of finished the topic here.
But then as you enter Midtown proper, you see, sorry, getting ahead of myself. This is chapter 10. First of all. Second of all, B12 remembers as he sees the subway, remembering a time when the subway would go between the slums in Midtown and would go all over the place in the entire city. And then at one point it was closed down as the situation worsened. Whatever the situation was, he can't remember yet. He remembers as well the way that like it was shut down, and he believes that it was mostly just an excuse to like exercise control over things rather than like try and stifle whatever was happening. And this does seem to be the case as you enter Midtown itself. You see another two things that you've not seen before in the whole game. One, a wanted poster for Clementine. She's like, you know, a criminal now.
Yay!
And second thing, you see one robot being detained by a police officer robot. A security bot of some kind. And as you go through the area, you learn that the companion robots up here are a lot different than the companion robots down in the slums. Because the companion robots up here are continuing human culture in like a very different way. Where they are just doing the same exact things that the humans up here were doing when there were humans. So they're running like a clothes store, or a barber shop, or like a soup store. Even though none of them have hair, or need to eat or drink, they're still like producing stuff in like the factory nearby, even though none of them have any need for any of that junk. They're just doing it because it's what the people before them did, and they inherited all that. And all the junk that gets produced in Midtown gets thrown down into the slums with the assumption that it's being recycled and reprocessed, but it's just collecting down there, because the facilities down there have been broken for so many years. But Midtown doesn't know that, because Midtown, A, doesn't care, and B, has no communication with the slums at all. The elevator between the two is closed permanently. You can't navigate between Midtown and the slums at all unless you're a cat. Then you can climb up the sewers.
I can leave.
You find Clementine in her apartment. It's all boarded up, but there is like a convenient hole in the wall that you can sneak in through. You show her the picture that Zabaltzar gave you. He's like, oh, so I guess Zabaltzar must have sent you. That means we're getting close to time to initiate the plot to try to get to the outside. That's good, I guess. What are you? Doesn't matter. What matters is that you're small, and therefore you can sneak inside the factory and get me an atomic battery. So if we get an atomic... If we get an atomic battery, then we can turn the subway on and use that to get to the top of the city and get outside.
Do you know how to operate a train, Cat? You know how to operate a rail-based vehicle? You know how to operate a transportation system?
No.
The fuck?
So doing a conniving little scheme, you break into the factory. You get one of Clementine's contacts a worker's uniform to go into the factory. It's worth noting this factory is being run like absolute shit, by the way. Because the robots don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just replicating the things that they saw humans do. They don't know the why behind it, or even most of the how. They just know that, like, yeah, this is the way it should be. You wear the uniform, you go in the factory, you do the factory stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, factory.
The entire time the Sentinels are, like, around and enforcing the laws, whatever the laws are, they never elaborate. They just punish you for whatever a crime is. It's worth noting that the Sentinel robots don't seem to have, like, free will like most of the other ones do. They are still running on extremely old programming from back when there were humans around in the first place. They don't seem to have developed sentience. I imagine this is because as security robots, they had a different AI system than the companion robots did, because the companion robots were meant to provide company and be as human as possible already, when the Sentinels are just like an automated police force. So you steal some clothes for this guy to dress up in those duds, and you crawl into a box that he picks up, and you walk inside. You navigate through the factory where there's all of these flying sentinels around, these little drone guys, and you dodge their lines of sight. Very obvious visible sight cones on the floor. I typically don't like stealth sections in non-stealth games, and this is very much not necessarily a stealth game. And it still does ring true. There's not like an actual stealth mechanic other than avoiding those lines of sight to engage with, but it's fine. Like, it's acceptable. It's not gonna like drive me up the wall. Unlike this cat, which can do sick parkour tricks to climb up that wall. Getting through the entire factory, you do a little button puzzle to steal an atomic battery. You manage to do with relative ease, and then escape the factory, also with relative ease. Unfortunately, as you arrive back at Clementine's apartment, you find out that was under threat of arrest and managed to escape to the nightclub before the Sentinels could raid her apartment, though. So you go to the nightclub instead. You sneak in through the back because the bouncer isn't going to open the door to a cat. Why would he do that? He doesn't like your vibe.
I do not vibe with this feline.
I had to shift positions in my chair.
Oh.
You navigate through the nightclub. You get up into the higher pit of it where there's these like lights that you can move by slapping buttons around, and you have to arrange them in a certain way to navigate across. This is the puzzle that had me stuck for like a good several minutes longer than it should have. Because I did not realize for the longest time that there were 3 buttons instead of 2. I thought there were just 2 buttons that you could use to change the positions of these things. There were 3. There were 3 the whole time, and I just didn't notice. And I hit the 3rd button once, and it solved the puzzle immediately. So that was frustrating for me. There are some moments in this game where the camera is a little weird, because there are bits where you like crawl into some cramped spaces, and the camera sometimes is like just feels too close to the character for you to be able to like move correctly. This was not one of those instances. It just reminded me of that. You navigate to the nightclub, you do that little puzzle, and this is where you find that Clementine has been ambushed by her previous contact. Because to him, it's all business, and business is about money, and he can get a lot of money for turning in Clementine and the cat.
It's nothing personal, kid. It's just business.
It's just business.
It's just business.
Meow.
It's
What?
nothing personal, kid. It's just business.
Meow.
What?
Meow.
Arrest that thing.
Meow.
Welcome to Chapter 11 of 12.
Yeah.
Jail.
Yeah.
You start in a little cage over a pit. You can swing the cage back and forth, which causes it to like break against the wall and jump up onto a pipe and start navigating. You don't have your little harness with B12 in it anymore. B12 is gone, so you can't talk to any of the robots. You go down through the prison, evading the little flying drone sentinels on the way, and you find Clementine. You don't know what she's saying anymore because B12 isn't there to translate it into cat, I guess. But she communicates through gestures well enough that there's a set of keys in the other room you can get into and hand the keys to her. She manages to unlock her cell, and on the way out, you guys spot B12 in a very strange containment unit. The Sentinels seem to not know exactly what B12's deal is, so he's in nearly maximum security. You jump down there, you evade a bunch of the Sentinels, you pick B12 back up, you go back up to Clementine as well, and start navigating your way through the jail. It's a lot of just dodging Sentinels, miniature stealth sections, 2 puzzles near the end where you have to get spotted by a Sentinel, and lure it into a prison cell and then close the door so that they can't get out. You get through all of this. As you're going through, you find that the things that Sentinels do to the robots that end up in prison is they reset them completely. Their minds are gone. They get permanently memory wiped, and when their minds come back, they are just fully different people from that point onwards. It is terrifying to B12 especially, who treasures the fact that he still has a brain. He doesn't have a brain, a meat brain, but the fact that he still has a mind. And Clementine's also horrified by the idea of being detained here and eventually just being forced against your will, turned into someone else completely. The Sentinels aren't treating the companions here like people. They are treating them like defective tools, because to the Sentinels, that's what they are still. The Sentinels' programming has not changed over these last however many thousands, I guess, of years. While the companions has. The companions are people now. They think and act and feel the way that people do. The Sentinels haven't. And so they're still treating the companions, any companions that act out of turn, essentially, as if they are just defective software to be reset.
Your sentence is reboot. Ah!
Wow, I sure do love the city I live in. I'll never do a crime.
Oh boy! Golly gee!
Golly gee, Governor.
I sure
Here.
do feel super duper today.
Okay, but do you really love the city you live in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you really love the city you live in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you really love the city you live in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Peter, I thought of the same fucking reference when I got to this point in the game. I was waiting for you to do it.
I had to do all 3.
I know. It's how it goes. You get through the prison. You find a truck that conveniently has the keys in it still. You're never gonna guess what you do after that.
You drive a truck.
But Clementine drives the truck, but yes. You do draw Clementine's attention to the truck by scratching at the keys in the door. Clementine drives the truck out of there. You, her, and B12 all get out. She actually has to start driving the truck out of there before the Sentinels show up, and you're a bit behind her, so you have to run and catch up to the truck and then jump on the little thing on the back of it. It's not a bumper. It's the thing that you stand on the back of a garbage truck. A little ledge there. On the back of a delivery truck.
Or garbage
navigate
truck.
or a garbage truck. But that is a delivery truck and not a garbage truck, so
Garbage trucks are delivery trucks. They're delivering garbage.
yeah, they are. They are doing that.
So they're not.
You manage to get out of the prison as the sentinels are pursuing you. Clementine hands you the subway key and is like, listen, because she had the subway key already, she just needed the battery. She's like, listen, they're just looking for me, they don't care about you that much, you go turn the subway on, okay? I believe in you. I have to run, bye.
Oh.
You go back down into the subway, you put the battery in, put the key in the ignition. Oh, it's more like B12 puts the key in the ignition, honestly. And you ride the subway all the way to the control room in the city. Welcome to Chapter 12, the control room. As you get here, B12 gains his last story-related memory, and he gets like really mad at the people who used to be in the control room, because he remembers them like laughing and sneering at the people down below in the city as they sat up here, in control of everything. The idea that nothing would ever touch them, that nothing would ever go wrong, that everything would be fine and good for them forever until the end of time, or until the city's lockdown could be lifted, whichever came first. Not that they would ever lift the city's lockdown. B12 remembers a plague sweeping through the city at one point in time, and that being what ended up killing a bulk of the human population, and why he digitized his mind in the first place. Whatever it is that brought humans into the underground city is not a question that's ever asked, nor one that's ever answered if you were asking it in your brain. The idea is just that at one point the surface became uninhabitable, so we went underground. Whatever it was that caused the surface to be uninhabitable is your imagination.
I imagine my imagination caused for winter.
Yeah, if you want it to be. Listen, you can do anything you set your mind to, and so if you want your imagination to cause nuclear winter, well, what's to stop you from doing it?
The limits of the human body.
Those are also imaginary. Just like how you can technically bite through your thumb if you wanted.
Or break your teeth with your teeth.
Exactly. Just ignore all those measly limits in your head and go cause nuclear devastation.
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta get some ETC. ECT, rather.
I like to think that what caused everyone to die is just like, you know the Plague Incorporated strat, where like you just have no symptoms until the very end, and then you just buy everything into organ failure.
Put all your points into organ failure.
And then everyone just fucking dies immediately. That one. And I like to think it's that.
It could be. The humans in the city did die of a plague, so it could be that the surface was also wrecked by a plague. Some may say a plague incorporated.
Yeah.
God, can you guys imagine if plagues could, like, develop companies? How fucked up would that be?
We already have Microsoft.
Here at Spanish Flu Incorporated, we take care in making the most vile, lethal viruses that you can imagine.
Our mission statement? Killing you!
Killing you!
And if you aren't dead by the end of this, your money back guaranteed.
Your money back guaranteed!
Our motto, killing you. For your detriment. our motto. We are not here to help. We're here to hinder.
We're here to hinder. You get to the command center in the city. Also, as you get into the command center, the control room rather, there's a bunch of other companion bots here, but they're also not sentient beings. They are still performing the functions that they were all those years ago when humanity was still around. One of them is literally just cleaning the window. You walk up to him and you talk to him, and he's like, "My current task is to clean the window." So, yeah.
What a fulfilling purpose in life.
My current task is to clean
It's
the
a
window.
pretty big window. It's a pretty big.
By the time you're finished cleaning one end of it, the other end has gotten dirty again.
Gotta start all over again.
Window Sisyphus.
Window Sisyphus.
I clean one end of the window, and the other end gets dirty. So I have to go all the way back.
By the time I go all the way back, the other one's dirty again.
Yeah.
So, you get into the control room.
The computer room?
Yeah, well, believe it or not, in order to turn the city off? No, wrong. In order to open up the city.
To turn the city
Yeah.
off, just shut it all down.
New goal, kill everyone.
Kill everyone. It's gonna send out this huge EMP, everyone dies.
Everyone dies. All humans are already dead, so like...
Yeah, but if you send out an EMP strong enough, you can also kill everyone.
Who cares about the robot life? Let's kill them all. It's not like the game's
tasks for these motherfuckers.
This just in. Bull is racist. More at 11.
It's past 11.
Shut up. Maybe if you were here earlier, we wouldn't have. This wouldn't be as awkward as it is.
More at 11. It is 11. Shut up.
It wasn't even a strained whisper. It was like you were trying to not yell at me.
It wasn't a whisper. It was a, if I do my full volume like I want, the family will awaken.
I mean, they're probably awake. They're probably not awake.
Change my mind. They are asleep. Oh my god.
You do have to get into the computer room within the control room.
The computer room!
In order to open up the city.
We found the computer room!
You interact with some computers. B12 does some stuff interacting with the modules. Every time it interacts with one of them, it causes a big old spark through its little drone body, and it's like, haha, I think the amount of energy needed to interact with these is more than this body can handle, haha, I'll be fine.
Ha 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 ha! Just fucking shuts down.
Does manage to interact with all that stuff, though. As you plug him into the last one, he's like, yeah, I did lie, sorry. But hey, the city will be open. Everything will be fine. I hope I'll see you again somehow. And then he dies.
Just reboot him.
The drone body's like circuits are fully fried. And it's a cat. I'm a cat fucking.
Jumpstart him with a car battery.
Well, we used the atomic battery to turn the subway on.
Not an atomic battery, a car battery. Come on, Cole.
All the cars are somewhere else.
Well, then go somewhere else.
Yeah, these are easy solutions.
Not how the game work, though. B12 manages to open the city, and you get this nice, very cool cutscene of the city opening up. You see down in the slums several people looking up as the sky suddenly exists.
Sky opening. What?
all of the Zerks that are in direct sunlight fucking explode and die because they're vulnerable to ultraviolet light.
Oh.
So they're
That
not
would've
going to
been
be a
nice.
problem.
Yeah.
The Sentinel drones are deactivated as the city opens, as their presence is no longer required. And the city finally fully opens. The cat lies down next to B12's dead little drone body and takes a nice good nap. Wakes up one final time, makes its way to the doors of the city, which slowly open as they detect a living being. And also the lockdown is lifted, so both of those things mean that they open. And you exit, sit down on a step for a moment, and Cat leaves, as a bunch of the monitors that are in the little leaving tunnel flick on, in a similar sense of when you were first in the dead city, and B12 was in the circuits of the city trying to lead you somewhere. So the implication is that B12's mind is in the circuitry again.
I'm back in the fucking building again! And that's Stray. That's how Stray goes. So,
Wow.
why do you guys think that didn't have any staying power?
Honestly, indie game. The fucked up world we live in.
That's fair. It did come out before people sort of started to shift over more to indie games.
Yeah, like
Did
right,
I
yeah, like
think
right before.
right before. I think it was like right
Yeah,
before.
we're in like a big indie surge at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I know. I thought that with it, honestly.
well, yeah, for us,
yeah.
but for a lot of
What do you
other
mean
people,
for us? I've been
oh,
playing basically exclusively indie games my entire life.
yeah, exactly.
You're
Straight in shit for me.
congratulations, you are an
No.
outlier.
What I mean is that for most of us, we had already been like at least sort of involved in the indie scene before Stray came out. But we're not exactly like super representative of the larger gaming populace.
Well,
For
yeah, none of
them,
us are racist.
yeah,
Well, except you against robots.
sure. They just don't think the same way.
Wow. Anyway,
Moving on. Yeah, like I think technically, I think the big indie surge for like general audiences started happening in 2023.
yeah.
Or late 2022, which would be before, not before Stray, but like after. That would be after Stray.
Before Stray.
Before Stray,
Stray
because
came out this year.
Stray came out in July of 2022, and I think the indie surge for general
It's been
audiences.
2 years?
It's been 2 years. It's been
Mhm.
like 2.5 years. You okay?
Oh.
we broke him.
Yeah, Stray was July of 2022, and I think the general audience indie surge started in like late 2022, if I remember right.
That's fair.
Time is cruel.
Mm,
Time has no feelings. It's just a thing that happens. It can't be cruel.
Indifference is cruel.
Time can't even be indifferent. It's just a force of nature.
Nature is cruel.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
so what? So why'd the game not go?
I fully think it's because it just didn't get the right audience, and that's unfortunately a thing that happens with a lot of indie games.
Yeah.
It was
Got a huge. It got a lot of attention, and therefore the wrong audience.
Yeah.
and it didn't even get the wrong audience in technically a lucky way, right? In my going to talk about this more when we do the dedicated Undertale video that I've put onto my list, but I do believe that like Undertale's colossal popularity led it to getting something of the wrong audience to an extent. Where I think Undertale as a game works better if it's not so incredibly well known. The narrative and the thematic elements of it work significantly better that way. But it had enough of a colossal, huge thing in popularity that it got enough people that were going to be into it anyway into it, and people who didn't even know they were going to be into it. It opened a lot of gateways in a lot of people's hearts and minds and eyes and brains. And Stray just didn't hit like that for a lot of people. I do think a part of it was the fact that the game was fully marketed around like the model work and the ambiance of things, which is, I think, a part of the game they absolutely nailed. But then the other parts of the advertising focusing entirely on the cute cat doing cute cat things. Yes, that's a part of the game, but when you sign up for a cute cat game and you get an existentialist nightmare about
it's
how the products of humanity will continue both our good nature and our bad nature after we're dead, it's kind of different than you might expect.
Yeah, it's having. See, here's my thing.
For me, that's like finding an onion ring in your fries. For the average gamer, I can assume it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finding an onion ring in your fries is such a fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. Here's the thing. I understand the draw of games that are like very existential and have like a very deep meaning, but like if a game was advertised to me as like this is a silly cat doing silly things, I'm going in expecting a fun, lighthearted time. I don't want to get dragged into the depths and then deal with all of this existential bullshit, which it can be interesting if I'm like, ready for it, but I'm not.
Yeah, you like Soma.
Like,
to be clear, I don't remember much of the advertising being posturing the game as if it was a cute cat game doing cute cat things.
It was mostly advertising the cute cat in the game.
Yeah, that there is a cat in the game.
That's what I mean.
And you can see in the environment around the cat that this is like a dystopian cyberpunk city.
Okay, but nobody's looking at that. They're looking at the cat.
Yeah.
My point is not that the advertising like
the fact that this takes place in a dystopian setting.
Yes, I'm aware. My point is that like they weren't actively trying to advertise it as a cute cat game. It's just there's a cute cat in the game and everyone just assumed that it is a cute cat game that just happens to be in a cyberpunk setting. And then they got dragged into the depths of existentialism.
Well, I mean, it's a cyberpunk setting, so it's going to be existentialist.
Yeah, but you're assuming that people know things about cyberpunk outside.
Yeah, and that is more a cultural failing than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that the majority of people's experience with cyberpunk is an extremely buggy game. Which even if they've
up launch and an anime.
Yeah, which is like, even if they fixed all the bugs by now, the only things I really honestly remember about Cyberpunk 2077 is 2077. Yes. 2077 is that like it's just all the funny glitches. Like that's it. And as disappointing as that may be, as I understand that like there is an actual story there that's actually interesting, that's the consensus. That is just how it is. And I feel like because of that, it like the actual like themes of cyberpunk and the actual like depths of it just completely lost on people, and they're just like funny man with knife arm go wee. If I ram him into a car hard enough.
That is kind of a bit of an issue with more than just like cyberpunk as a genre, where you're exploring deeply thematically relevant things within a work, and then people immediately get distracted by how fucking epic it is to see shit explode. This is how you write a mecha anime.
Yeah.
This is how you write fiction and sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, you know, I don't like it when a work is just one thing, like if it's just existential crisis, because then it's just like I'm just kind of like, yeah, but you know, throw
It's
a
not
funny
really
in
a
there once in a while.
crisis.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like if it's focused on one specific vibe and only that vibe, I'm kind of taken away from it, just because it's like it's only so much of that I can take at a time. Whereas like if you drop in a funny line or like a big explosion where I can go woo once in a while.
The Halo really has gotten to you.
Yes. I like Halo. I like the way it presents itself, except for the recent games. But we've gotten into that. If you look at the other episodes of our podcast, you can see how we got into it.
Oh, wow.
Wow, self-promotion in our own content. I know. I haven't played this game. I haven't even seen footage of this game other than like snippets of it years ago that I barely remember. But like from what I can gather, it honestly was just a lack of tonal understanding going in, and then coming out is just like, well, that's not what I paid for.
Oh yeah, the game is $30.
Yeah. And it's like, if it's a $10 game, it's like, that wasn't what I signed up for, but you know, it was $10, whatever. But when it's $30, it can leave people, I guess the disappointed is the word. Because if you're going in, if you pay a substantial amount of money for something and you're expecting one thing and you get a different thing, that's going to be disappointing regardless of how good that other thing is.
Yeah, and it's worth noting, it's like, it is $30 for a game that's like very, very short as well, if you're not going for every collectible. And even when I was going for the majority of collectibles, it still only took 6 hours in total.
Yeah.
So I understand that like it kind of has to be that price because they spent a lot of money and a lot of time working on the feeling of things, working on the models of the city, animating that fucking cat. I cannot imagine the fucking how much work went into that cat. They did such a good job with it.
Yeah,
but it has to have taken forever. So much time and labor to get it just right. It has to be $30 so that they could get compensated for it.
Yeah, and you know, I understand that too, but sometimes it's like how much pulling my design degree in for a minute. Yeah, pulling my design degree in for a minute. The customer will never fully understand how much effort you put into something.
God, they won't.
They just will not. It is not possible for them to understand that unless they have done the same thing you did. And so like it makes sense that like, okay, they put a lot of time into this, they put a lot of time into the cat, the visuals, the game itself, the story, all the stuff. And that makes sense that it's $30, but to the viewer, yes, they can look at the behind the scenes, they can see the cat, they can see all of the intricacies and everything, but like they're never going to fully understand why that means the game is $30. And some people do get it, but like they get it in the sense of like, oh, well, I'm not fully versed in this, so I'm just going to assume it's okay that it's $30. Not, oh, I fully understand the full intricacies of all this, but there are a lot of people who are like, well, that was 4 hours. Why did I pay $30 for this? And they don't even think about like how much effort was put into it. It's I guess it's similar to like editing a 10-minute video, right? It's not a 10-minute video. You recorded for like 40 minutes. You're cutting 30 minutes out of whatever, and then adding a bunch of edits and doing all this stuff. And this can take from like a whole day to days to a week, depending on like what you're doing. And people don't see that. They just see the 10 minutes of video. and sometimes they're like, yeah, it was good. And then those other times they're like, this is stupid. Why'd you make this? It's just like, I spent a whole week on it.
I spent
Go
so
fuck yourself.
much time doing this.
Yeah, but like that's just how customers are. And sometimes like, yes, I like, based on my vague memories of this game, it looked cool. I liked the movement of the cat. It was really great. Sometimes that is not worth making the game $30. Sometimes it's like we need to tone this down so we can sell it at a price that isn't $30, so that people will still like the game and still like the story and all this other stuff, but they won't be like kind of like about the price. And that can be complicated sometimes. And I don't do game design. I have no idea how that would work, but from talking as a general designer, like sometimes you have to make sacrifices to the final product to get it to a point financial wise to where people will want it enough to like actually stick with it. Because like you can buy a $30 water bottle and be like, why'd I buy this? But if you buy like a $10 water bottle and it's sturdy and it's reliable and it's everything, you use that shit all the time. Yeah. I think a lot of things went wrong with the games, but it was subtle enough that it was like, it's still a cool game, but then it just seemingly fell off for no reason. But I think there were a lot of reasons that it just sort of didn't keep going.
Didn't stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I do think a lot of it can just be summed up as indie game development.
Yeah. Yeah, it unfortunately did not hitch a ride on the indie game boom we're currently in.
Unfortunately.
Even in the boom, you know, hundreds of indie games just, you know, do not stick.
That's true.
For one reason or another.
This is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Even though indie is getting a lot more attention now than it was a few years ago, and even and getting more attention then than it was a few years ago before that.
Yeah.
It's still like most indie games aren't gonna make it.
Yeah. Well,
it's like at least 2 glass ceilings they have to break.
It's in my mind, it's an issue of quantity. Just because, like, there are so many indie games. Like you said, there's hundreds upon hundreds of them coming out all the time. And it's like, no one person can focus on that many games. And if they can, they don't have a life, and they should seek help.
How dare you tell that to me? That's what my therapist is for.
See, you're seeking help. You already did it.
Yeah, but not for that.
Fair enough.
That's not a problem.
I can quit whenever I want.
I can quit whenever. Oh, but yeah, it's most people can't focus on that many things at once. So, like, you know, especially even with this boom, it's like, yeah, people have a couple of indie games they like to play for themselves, but that's it. And when you have that many games as an option, like it's like YouTube, right? It's like YouTube. Like you can start a YouTube channel and try your absolute damnedest to make like the best content you can make, but there's like a million other people doing the exact same thing. And so the likelihood of you getting any traction compared to those people is slim to none. It's luck at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, indie games are the same. It's like there's so many people making indie games at this point that like the likelihood of the general population latching onto your indie game as opposed to the hundreds of thousands of other indie games that are coming out around that time is astronomically low. And to get to that level is a miracle. And sometimes you can put your heart and soul into a project, you can put your heart and soul into a game, whatever the fuck you're making, and it just doesn't stick. And it could honestly just be because it's swamped by a ton of other games. Now, I don't think that's what happened in this case because it became so popular for a bit. But like that's what happens with most of them. Is fall into obscurity very quickly. And thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anybody got anything else to say? No?
Not really.
All right, Peter.
I told you, voice mod isn't working.
Oh, right. Hold
Oh,
on. Shit. Hold on. Give me a minute. Hold on. That's noises. Another cat. Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
See you later, boy.
Bye.